Serious. What's that real story nobody would believe you that actually happened? I'm the sole survivor of a plane crash. It's a strange and unsettling thing to have people doubt something like that. It's not exactly the kind of story someone would casually invent, yet I've had people question it more than once. Some have even come back later, almost embarrassed after digging up old newspaper articles and realizing it was true. Their reactions are usually a mix of shock and apology. When I was 6 years old, flying was a normal part of my life. My father had a pilot's license and owned a small Cessna, so our family would often take trips together in the plane. At that age, it all felt like an adventure, something exciting and routine at the same time. In 1993, that routine ended abruptly. During a landing at Clearwater Airport, the plane crashed. To this day, no one has definitively determined who or what was responsible, though I've formed my own opinions over the years. What matters most is the outcome. I lost both of my parents and my brother in that accident. Emergency responders initially believed I hadn't survived either. I was presumed dead on arrival, but at some point I moved, just enough for them to realize I was still alive. I was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. The injuries were severe. I had broken most of the bones in my body and required extensive reconstructive surgery on my face. Recovery was long and exhausting. I spent my entire second grade year in a wheelchair and had to relearn how to walk step by step, like starting life over again in some ways. Progress was slow, often frustrating, but eventually I made it through. Talking about it now is possible, but it took years to reach that point. Therapy helped, as did learning how to compartmentalize certain parts of my life so they wouldn't overwhelm everything else. Even so, I tend to keep the story short when it comes up. Conversations about it can quickly become heavy or uncomfortable, both for me and for others. Because of that, and maybe because the story sounds so unlikely, some people have assumed I was exaggerating or even making it up entirely. A few have gone as far as trying to investigate my background, as if they needed proof before believing something so personal. There's also an irony to it all. Despite everything, I still love flying. I travel often and haven't lost that sense of curiosity about the world. For some people, that makes the story even harder to believe, but for me, it's just another part of moving forward.